Outfit check. I have on this skirt.
Y'all, so in the video, y'all can see the woman has something on called a bubble skirt. And the bubble skirts have been making the rounds in social media. And the reason for me, anyways, that bubble skirts are problematic is because of something called fomites. So y'all, fomites are inanimate objects which have the ability to harbor bacteria or viruses or pathogens of any type. And if you worked in medicine, microbiology, immunology, you know about fomites, right? Anything that is cleaned improperly can become a fomite. And then there are some bacteria and viruses which have something called fomite transmission. So I can say right now that HIV is not usually transmitted by fomites, but for sure, chlamydia is definitely 100% transmitted by fomites. In fact, there is a study of a case where a guy who went to a gym contacted the surface of a gym surface, touched his eye, and then he got a chlamydial infection in his eye, and it was found out to be transmitted by fomite. Also, HSV rarely is also transmitted as a fomite, but yes, it does have fomite transmission. Also, I'm sure there are some enteroviruses that can be transmitted by fomites, from your back, to the mouth. So now what we're talking about is people who will sit down on these surfaces or use the bathroom. They'll touch the surface, and then some guy will get his hand on there and put it in his eye or face or whatever. And that is why I think bubble skirts are just, especially the super, super short ones, are just disgusting, I'm not saying it's this woman in particular in the video. She's an attractive young woman, all those things like that. But this is why I think the bubble skirts are just a problem, because of fomite transmission. We don't know who is wearing what. The people who are wearing these skirts, we don't know what they got, where they're coming from. And then, they might be subjecting us to bacteria or pathogens that have fomite transmission.
Just because a woman might want to dress a little bit revealing doesn't mean she don't respect herself.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, however you want to move, you move.
Yeah, but if it affects you, why wouldn't you then just let them know that that's going past the boundary? Because essentially you're setting me up to fail. And I think people do that a lot in relationships. It's like, let her be her, let him be him. And that's not fair.
If that's how you want to move.
Yeah, but it's not about how I want to move. I want to respect you at the same time, and you need to allow me to show you that I can respect you.
Yeah, but it's all good in that moment though, sis. But then later on, it's going to be, oh, but it's because of you that I don't do this.
No, but that's a narrow-minded person, not somebody that empowers my black kings. Never. If my king says to me, Jada, I don't like when you do this, that and the other, and I feel like it's not too much out of my comfort zone, I'm going to honour my king.
Absolutely.
I'm embarrassed. Right. I'm embarrassed.
I don't know what it is, but I don't find... No, I might not mean this, but I'm going to say it. But if you see me behaving otherwise, just shush. The whole, wearing revealing clothing stuff, yeah, it's so not me anymore. It's so not me anymore. And no, it's got nothing to do with the fact that I'm married, because at my wedding, I was wearing a revealing dress. For the past year, there's been times where I've gone out, I might have worn a revealing dress. There's just something, I don't know what's going on, I'm just, not interested anymore. And it's got nothing to do with men, by the way, because men were screaming they hate it, and I was doing it because they said they hate it. I don't know what it is. What is it? What am I wouldn't say maturing, because I don't think maturity is, how revealing or not revealing your clothes are. I don't know what it is. And I wouldn't say I don't think it's God. I love God, by the way, but I don't think it's him either. I don't know what it is, but I'm just less interested in wearing things that reveal my boobs and stuff like that.
Ever since I started my modesty journey, the way people react to me has absolutely changed. Literally, if you just stop wearing clothing that emphasizes you're this and that, and you try and be more demure, more modest, you will stop attracting guys who lust over you, who only want you for one thing, who will not be there to stick it out with you, who don't love you unconditionally. And you'll literally attract people who care about what you have to say, will make you feel seen, will make you feel heard, will make you feel like you are a human being and not put so much emphasis on how you look. It's also made me love myself 100 times more. Like, I used to be obsessed with being skinny. I used to be obsessed with being a Victoria's Secret model. I used to feel sad if I didn't look skinny or if I wasn't, you know, actively losing weight. And I just realized that you really want all these external things for your body because they think it's going to make you more loved. But in reality, it only makes you more attractive. It doesn't make you more loved. You can be attractive and people can literally run and walk all over you and hurt you and throw you in like the ground. And that's literally why so many pretty girls are hurt and have trauma. And I'm so much happier just knowing that I love myself, like my soul, myself. Like, I love everything about me, no matter how I look or no matter what's going on, because that is the thing that makes me truly loved. That's the thing that makes me truly happy. And you really feel the difference. Like, you feel like you finally found yourself again. You also realize how disgusting it is to have guys and people look at you in a way that you're not really feeling seen. Like, having people look at you and be like, oh my gosh, I want to touch her there, I want to do that to her, like, she's so hot. Like, it's just so like meaningless, and it's actually like gross that they would even think that about you, versus like, wow, that's God's beautiful creation, she's beautiful, and I would like to just like get to know who she is. So this is my gym outfit now, coming from a girl who used to wear, you know, crop tops and shorts. Like, I just feel so much better also because, like, having people look at you in a sexual way when they don't actually love you is lust, and it just makes you feel not good.
Because the women of God need to understand that there is still a standard. If you wouldn't wear it to work, do not wear it to church. This is modest. This is immodest. We have blurred the lines between what is fashionable and what is fleshly. And somewhere along the line, being set apart, dressing holy, stop being the goal. So since it is already a controversial topic, let's just go for it. This is modest. This is immodest. 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 You get the idea.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vent.
People hate on modest women so much because modesty is a display of strength and weakness cannot stand strength. When I was growing up, I used to dress like, crazy. And I don't judge anybody that still dresses like that now. But growing up and now realizing that I can actually go outside and cover myself and still feel sexy, gorgeous, attractive, meant that the only reason I was actually dressing like that was because I wanted to be looked at in a certain way. I felt that the world would accept me better if I had half of my body hanging out. And that is the actual truth. You might not believe it now if you're still in that position or you still dress like that because you feel that it makes you feel powerful, strong, whatever. But you only feel powerful and strong in that sense because you feel that the world accepts you better like that. And when you get older and you start to realize, wait, hold on, I'm actually powerful and strong regardless, and I'm beautiful regardless. So I don't actually need to show certain parts of my body to get that respect. That's when you realize that's why I was doing it. And when I was younger, I used to look at modest women and think, you think you're nice, you think you're too much. But it's because of the weakness inside of me to not conform to the world and not present myself in the way that the world wanted me to. That made me hate the strength in them. Because for you, especially in a world like we have now, to be able to go outside fully clothed and still feel like that girl, still feel like an it girl, wherever you are, when there's half naked women walking around, that's a big display of strength. Not only are you strong within who you are as a person, you know that you can still be beautiful head to toe covered, but it also shows that you refuse to conform to the society, to how this world decides that you look beautiful. So for you to go against that expectation, it's a big display of strength. And people won't know it until they're older. And then they start realizing, wait, I'm actually strong and beautiful. So I don't need to be half naked to feel that way. Then they start realizing, oh, I only was doing that because it was for validation. Once again, no judgment. I still be going outside dressing, sometimes definitely not modesty. So I'm not here to judge anyone. But that is the reason why modest women get so much hate, because we cannot stand to see the strength in those women.
I find that the women of today truly hate when you're modest. Modest in the way you dress, modest in the way you carry yourself. God forbid you don't smoke or drink. You have become public enemy number one. And honestly, as much as women don't like to admit it, anything that they feel like a man will like and another woman possess that they don't, they will try to villainize you. Women hate to see other women wanted in a way that's actually respectable.
I just watched the video of this creator calling out women, particularly black women, for hoeing everything up because she went to Disney World, of course, a family-friendly amusement park, and she said the amount of women in tennis dresses and bubble skirts with their literal ass hanging out is ridiculous. And, all right, Disney World is crazy. Ass out at Disney World is insane, but honestly, I don't think it's necessary anywhere. I don't even like seeing it in the club. There's nowhere that you need to be outside of your house that requires you to have your ass out and it actually looks good and looks tasteful. It looks classless. It looks distasteful. It's just very, very low class, very low vibrational. Like, that is a low vibrational fit. No. But seriously, it's weird. Like, it's unnecessary. Why is your ass out? Like,
Nobody can tell some Christian women how to dress, not even God. That is literally the culture that we live in right now, where my body, my choice has become the ultimate anthem, even in the church. We say we love God, but the moment his word challenges our wardrobe, all of a sudden it's legalism. All of a sudden it's don't judge me. Who are you to judge? We post scriptures in our captions and we claim to put God first, but the way we choose to present ourselves preaches a completely different message. The truth is, rebellion doesn't always look like rebellion. It can look like a crop top with a hardened heart. Listen, modesty is not about control. It's about surrender. Because when you belong to Jesus, even your body becomes a testimony. And if you cannot handle God correcting your clothing, maybe it's really not about the clothes anyway. Maybe it's about the heart that just doesn't want to change. Because a woman truly submitted to God doesn't just dress modestly, she lives it. So if you're enjoying this conversation around biblical modesty, follow along for more.
You know, I was watching this girl's video earlier and she was saying how she is tired of being lusted over. And you know what my number one question was? How do you present yourself? Like, how do you show yourself off? Like, do you cover yourself up? Do you show your body off? Like, how do you present yourself to men? Because that is literally what they're going to go off of. If you cover yourself and you keep yourself modest and covered and it's not looking like you want attention or you're drawing attention towards your body, then they'll leave you alone. I'm speaking from experience. But if you're tired of being lusted over, 9 times out of 10, it's because of what you're wearing. Men will not bother you when you are covered up. And at least they won't approach you sexually if you're covered up. That's my take.
A woman of God is beautiful because there is a gentleness about her. There is a peaceful spirit.
Once you start understanding the beauty of modesty, there is no going back.
Modesty is often misunderstood in today's world. For many women, choosing to dress modestly isn't about restriction or judgment. It's about self-respect, confidence, and personal values. It can create a sense of control over how one is perceived, allowing a woman's character, intelligence, and presence to speak louder than appearance alone. Dressing modestly can also bring a feeling of dignity and intentionality. It encourages being valued for depth rather than just physical attraction, and for some women, it offers emotional comfort and empowerment. Modesty can be a form of self-expression rooted in confidence, not insecurity. This isn't about putting down women who choose differently. Every woman has the right to express herself in her own way. Instead, it's about uplifting and respecting those who find strength, peace, and empowerment in modesty. Supporting each other's choices creates a space where women can feel confident and respected, no matter how they choose to present themselves.